The switch statement is kind of an automated, nested, or multi-way if. And so we had the little menu before where we could say hello, say goodbye, or ask for coffee. And we're going to do exactly the same thing, but using a switch this time. The switch is based on the value of an integer or character variable. You cannot use floating points with the switch. So we read in the value of the option, which is what they type, and you switch based on the value of the option. And then you have a case. Case 1, case 2, case 3. Every time the case number matches the value of the option, it executes the code inside there. So on case 1, it's going to say hi there. On case 2, it'll say bye-bye. And on case 3, it'll ask for coffee. It matches the very first one, and once it finds a match, it never looks any further. If it doesn't find a match for anything, it will execute the default, which says whatever number you typed is not a valid option. You don't have to have a default, and if it's not there, it will simply match nothing and do nothing. The break is absolutely essential, and a lot of people leave it out because if you don't have the break there, it will fall into the next case. So the break causes you to leave the entire switch, and it's an important part of the switch. Now the next one is using a character rather than an integer, and we have a slight problem. We just read an integer, and when we read an integer, the way scanf works is it leaves the new line on the end of the previous line. So if we read one character, it actually reads that new line. So I had to put this special line in, which says scanf star percent or percent star C. Now, percent C would read a character, but by putting a star in front of it, I tell it to read a character and throw it away. And that simply discards the new line from the end of the previous input. Now I can say enter a lowercase letter or number, and we scanf and read one character, and then I switch on the basis of that one character. So that's my single character. Here I'm using the fact that if I don't have a break, it falls into the next case. So if it's an A, or an E, or an I, or an O, or a U, I print out it's a vowel, and I break, which causes me to go to the end. If it's a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 9, I print it's a digit, and then break and go to the end. If it's anything else, it must be a consonant, so that's what I print out, and then go to the end. Okay, so those are my general options. Let's run it and see how it works. Okay, so it says pick an option, and I'll say 2. And it says bye-bye. Now it says enter a lowercase letter or number, and let's just say I. And it says that's a vowel. So it all works. And the interesting thing is to see how we can combine multiple cases to be handled all the same way by leaving out the breaks so that it naturally falls into the next case. And that's why they said if you don't put a break in, it falls into the next case, because in situations like this, it allows you to have all the vowels, right, all the digits treated as one thing. And it's actually a useful way to program. So that's everything we need to know about the switch statement in C.